This watch was purchased on December the 10th, 1992 from Blacklock & Son, 15 Waterloo Place, Sunderland. A Wearside Online article states Blacklocks began trading in 1832 and ran as a family business until closure in 2002. Tarquin informs me he visited Sunderland for a night out in the early 90s, August the 24th, 1991 to be exact, and said it was the first and only time he'd encountered pubs where the barmaids wore bikinis, such attire not being the norm in the Falcon Hotel, Uppingham. He ended up at Annabelle's nightclub on High Street West, but has no recollection of it. Probably because he'd imbibed 2 pints of weak shandy and was blind drunk. I heard that, idiot. At first glance, I assumed this was a Formula 1 model, due to the segmented bezel portraying a black tyre tread profile with grey wall, for it possesses what the watch community describes as a ghost bezel, claiming such features enhance desirability, but what those less gullible recognise as manufacturing defects due to cheap and unsuitable material choices. Here, the faded bezel has enhanced the watch's aesthetics because the gold markings have almost disappeared, and my distaste for gold is often stated on this channel. The bezel action is crunchy with little purchase, making it a less than ideal drinking partner, utilised to click off each libation consumed, which everyone knows is the correct purpose of a dive watch bezel. Beneath the lightly scratched and dinged acrylic crystal, the dial and hand show little deterioration. The painted petrol blue dial has lost its vibrancy over the years, softening the gold minute markers and accented indices, which are isosceles triangle and baguette shaped, edging the dial into an avant-garde space. The gilt hands have also softened to an almost bronze hue. Gilt bad, bronze good. When new, the bright gold hands and gold bezel markings would have had me reaching for my hammer in disgust, but age has mellowed the watch's gaudy goldness. Have I mentioned I dislike gold? A design choice favoured by many, a colour-matched date wheel has been employed, uniting nicely with the dial. Or so I thought. My macro lens reveals the date wheel is actually black. The date window does however sport a border, which is a design choice I favour. The 38mm diameter case owes its signature Tag Heuer creamy looks to bead blasting. Bead blasting extends to the caseback, where casebacks on other 2000 models are polished. Lug to lug is 43.5mm, and the slim 9mm depth, coupled with a 95 gram weight, allows the watch to gently melt into one's wrist. The crown guards resemble a fish's mouth, swallowing the screw-down crown. Removing the caseback reveals the ever-reliable ETA 955112 movement, which are readily available on eBay if a replacement is required. These are cheap movements, which must have had Tag Heuer rubbing their hands in glee with the markup achieved for the finished watch. 20mm hollow end links attach the bracelet to the watch head. Hollow end links are fine, despite what the chattering watch classes espouse. The individual links appear to be solid, and the elegant bracelet, tapering from 20mm to 16mm, exhibits little stretch. suggesting it has experienced an undemanding, mostly box-dwelling life. A stamped clasp completes the bracelet. Stamped clasps, like hollow end links, are much derided by the self-proclaimed watch cognoscenti, and while the blank slab stamped Seiko and Orient clasps are terrible, this 300/81 clasp is nicely formed. Time has dissipated the watch's shouty, look at me, youthful brashness, leaving a discreet, comfortable companion that won't embarrass you.